There's always a number of decisions that we need to make on a daily basis. And it can get even harder during times like this. Is there a framework, Avnish, that you use to think through this, or any go-to tips and hacks that you could recommend?
Yeah, I think it's more tips and hacks. I'm not an expert, but one book I would clearly recommend is Thinking Fast and Slow by Daniel Kahneman. I think it is,
Yeah.
a treatise on this. It's a very hard book to read. And I was listening to a show, and I think to set things in context, my tip or hack would be, please recognize that we have a brain. If you imagine a oval shaped ball or whatever it is, like a football, there's the bottom, which is a reptilian brain, which is the lower brain, the front, which is where all the planning and execution happens, and the back, where all the deep thinking happens. This is called your amygdala, this is called your prefrontal cortex, and this is called the neocortex. Best decision making comes from neocortex, which is in the back of your head. Meditation and stuff like this actually gets your blood flow into your neocortex. And I'm not trying to be a psychiatrist here, but this is where all decision making frameworks, we need to understand that what we think of intuition and instinct is actually our animal instinct. That's the lower brain. That is not the right answer. And which is why I always say to people when they're taking difficult decisions, slow things down, write things down. The instinct to call somebody, the instinct to discuss, the instinct to respond, the instinct to react is all wrong. Which is why even people like Mahatma Gandhi said, when I'm debating something, I go to sleep. Sleep over it. What happens in sleeping over it? It goes to the back of your head. And that's where your best decisions come. So best decisions come from intuition. People, intuition is judgment. People confuse instinct and intuition. Intuition comes from the higher brain, the judgment, and the instinct comes from the lower brain. You have to be able to recognize it. All these tools of meditation, mindfulness, oxygen therapy, all of that, simple science. I call this the reactor, the actor, and the master. Master more in the Zen master. And your job is to understand which part of your brain is you're operating from, and there are tools. And number one being, don't react, write things down, take your time, slow things down, put down all the options, and then the answer will come to you. And if the answer doesn't come to you, you're not ready for the answer yet. You just take longer. So
Got it.
Thanks for tuning in. For more Matrix Moments episodes, you can head to www.matrixpartners.in/blog. You can also follow us on Twitter, LinkedIn, and YouTube for more updates.